What we will learn today? We will learn 5 ways of using glitter. Also, I will show you how to seal chrome nails, as I know some of you might experience some troubles with it, and also I will give you some tips on creating more chrome and glitter colors. You don't really need to have bazillion colors of glitters and gel polishes. You really need a few, and then you need to use different techniques to combine them and create more shades. Glitter is something that sparkles, and we can use it in different ways. But first, we need to understand what kind of products are there and how to use them together correctly. No matter if you work with acrylic or gel, every product we can classify by the intensity of color. So we have transparent, which is see-through. Transparent. Well, my handwriting is not as good. So transparent is something that you can completely see through. You know, it's clear. So there are clear gels, clear acrylic powders, or like it might be not completely clear, but still, if you can see everything through it, that means it's transparent. The next one, let's classify it as 2 dots, is semi-sheer, like semi-transparent. It's also something you can see through, but not as clearly. So this is our semi-translucent pink powders. These are some colored powders that are not as intense as the solid colors, but still you can see through them. And also 3 dots stands for pigmented. So this is the ones that we cannot see through. You know, just regular colors like black, gray, like any color that you apply, and you're just not able to see anything through it. So we can divide all our products into these 3 categories, and this is what you need to know about them when you're going to do some glitters. If you're using transparent or semi-sheer color, you need to follow the rule which says 30%. So you can take 30% of glitter and 70% of the powder or gel. So you can simply put the glitter and mix it in the jar, and this is how you will get, you know, the product. If you want to add glitter to pigmented products, let's say you have black acrylic powder and you want to have sparkles in it, you can do the same, but in this case you need to add not more than 20%, which is 1/5. That's like rule number 1. And second rule is that you can add basically anything. Like here I added a very small shimmer, which makes this black look nicer. And you can add like larger size of the sparkles if you wish. But I don't recommend to add like something really big to pigmented powders or gels, because, you know, in a pigmented color, let's say black, you still won't be able to see what's down there, right? So it just also doesn't make sense to add something. So if you want to have a nice, let's say rhombus shapes, like something like this in your black, then it is better to apply it on top. Let's say you can mix it with a top coat, or you can mix it and do it only on a thin layer on top. With transparent and semi-sheer, not more than 30%, and you can add anything you want. Mica, triangles, squares, like basically anything you can find. With pigmented, you need to stick to 20%, and I recommend to add also anything, but not something big. So here I have a mixture of small dried flowers with the peach powder. I mixed it to create, you know, this look of this old-fashioned paper postcards. And this is not sparkles, I know, but I just wanted to show that you can literally add anything you want to create the certain looks. Now, another way, which is more economic, If you want to add some accents to your design, but mixing every single glitter that you have with every single color of the powder is pretty wasteful. So what we can do is we can actually mix it right on your brush. You want to add some sparkles to the designs. Okay, so I have some acrylic designs out here that I believe need some sparkles. And we will also need a glitter. We will be working with a clear acrylic. I will use this one, Secrets Pure Ice. You still need to stick to this rule, not more than 30%. So this will work. Well, I recommend to use it only if you are sure that you will not take more. And also I recommend to use this method only if you need to add some accents to the design. If you want to create French style in glitter, then it's still better to mix it first. Or if you want to do a full nail of glitter, also I would recommend to mix it in a jar. It will work better. But if all you need is just to add some tiny spots, some tiny details of the glitter, then no, you don't need to waste the whole. Okay, so I am afraid you won't be able to see this glitter. And actually, I don't really like when they come in this kind of jars. But, well, so that's why I will put it a little bit here so you will be able to see. And then all we need to do is just take a tiny amount of monomer, a small bead consistency closer to wet. This is one time when you are allowed to take it wet, and pour it into the glitter. And that's it. Then you can work with acrylic bead and glitter. So, like I said, only use it for some accents because it's still hard to see those proportions, but you don't need to waste tons of jars mixing it. You can also use it if you decided that you need some more sparkles on your design on top. So what you can do is to take tack-free top coat. It might be the one for gel polishes or just regular gel. And take a little glitter right here. So you also can use this method if you don't really need, a lot of gel with glitter. You just mix them on the paper. By the way, this is like the paper for painting, but you can use just paper from the forms. And then we can do the same. Just take a little bit on your brush and add it here. You see there's actually even not much difference. Well, the one with the gel will shine as we have a top coat here. We can stretch it, and that's it. We added sparkles in our design. It looks much better like this, right? Now we need to cure it. Next one is Sugar Styles. I will first apply black background for this design. Actually, glitters, they really look different on light and dark backgrounds. So I recommend to do swatches with different backgrounds so you and your clients can actually see these differences. While it is curing, I will also give you another tip. So now I will apply the same color again. As I told you, this is tack-free, so we can use it for this technique. If you don't have colors which are tack-free, it's fine. You can also use a top coat which is tack-free for gel polishes or for gel, it doesn't matter. And also do not apply it too thick, because with the thick layer we will end up with too much glitter penetrating in there, and we might end up peeling from the free edge, especially from the sides, let's say if you're doing French. So make sure you apply it very thin. And now, while black over black is cannot be seen very well, but still, let's apply it. So I am applying half, or you can do just line it's up to you. And then, without curing, right on the wet glitter, I recommend to always have something under your nail, because we don't want the glitter to be wasted. It will all go. We can put it back in the jar, and then we can apply it. Also, you can actually pour it right there, but, well, I mean, it's easy with the tip, but not as easy when you're working on the nails. Okay, so we can just do it like this to remove the excess and then cure it. Now I will take off the dust, but I will like move it, so I just don't want the dust to get into another glitter. And this is what we have. As you can see, this glitter, it's blue, and you see how it looks on the white background. Really different. So I recommend you to do all these different swatches of the glitters that you have. And let me show you. For instance, I have also, like, this is the same glitter with the different backgrounds. And as you can see, it looks completely different. And this is the dot of the background I used underneath. So with the white, it's like silver, and this is with the dark purple, and it's kind of green, and this is with black. So I recommend for all your glitters, for all chromes or hollow powders, to do this kind of swatches, because you will simply get more colors, and your clients will also have, this feeling that you have so many colors. Well, not feelings, you will have it for real. And also, this is the same background, but a different glitter. And because usually, some nail technicians are like, well, all glitters, they still look kind of the same. Well, as you can see, they're not. Like, it really changes the shade of the color, and with the large size glitter particles, it might actually like almost completely change the look. I will prepare the next background, which will be black as well. I am applying the same black background with NSI Go Color, and you can also apply gel polish or gel, but if it has a sticky layer, then you also need to seal it with a top coat and remove the sticky layer. For this design, we will need the sparkles, and I recommend to use glitter of a larger size for this one. And also we will need the same black color, so I will apply it right here. And any small brush, like I am using natural number 1. Oh, and I need to clean it from the glitter first. And by the way, the best way of cleaning is the base coat, but I think I don't have one now with me, so I will use a top coat. So just wash it in the top coat. If this is the brush you're using for gel, if it's the brush for paints, then you need just to wash it in the water. You see, now you can, this excess black, it just went right here. So basically the gel also works, like a water, and we're cleaning. It is cured. And now I will take this brush. Now I'm afraid as it's black on black, but you will see afterwards. So first we will do the line, just random wave. And then we will do another line. Somebody commented today on a Facebook, like, maybe we can do something for the Christmas theme, and I immediately, this design came to my mind. So yeah, I hope we will do something, some webinar for the Christmas probably too, but this is also some kind of preparation. Oh, okay, you probably, cannot see it at all. So now, without curing, we have the silver glitter. So bring it really close so you will not waste too much, and simply pour it on top. And you can remove the excess a little bit, but don't touch it, as we can easily ruin it. Oh, You can't see it yet. It will be a surprise. And now cure. I am removing the excess glitter, and we have like really minimalistic no-leaf Christmas tree. And you can, by the way, also add different colors of the decorations of it, and basically you can do anything, you know, geometry, lines, hearts. Those who just been to nail art game, I believe your creative juices are already flowing and you get some ideas of how you can recreate this design. So this is something you can do in the sugar technique. So it's not necessarily just applying glitter all over the nails, which is also an option. I mean, I really like this textured look of large size particles, but you can also do it, you know, in this way. Let's make something different than black, because for some reason we've been doing everything so dark. So let's do purple. And you can use any background. So another technique I'm going to show you how to use glitter is like people call it chrome technique now. So it's basically rubbing the glitter into the nail, because many nail technicians think that you can only do it with a hollow or with pigments, but you can do it with the glitters as well. And honestly, many years ago, before all this chrome trend appeared, we used to rub the glitter into the nail, and actually this is what you have. So it's not just applied glitter, it is rubbed. And what's the difference is when you apply it like sugar just on top, or when you mix it with a top coat and apply it with a brush, or you rub it. The difference is that in this case they will all lay down flat in one single layer, and this actually gives it a different look. And also what matters is the cure time and what are you rubbing it on. So you can rub it into sticky layer. You can do it with a sticky layer of the color, sticky layer of the top coat, or you can also use a tack-free top coat and under-cure it and then rub it. This is the same background and the same pigment, but here it was rubbed after curing for 15 seconds in the LED lamp, and this one after curing for 45 seconds. So you see there is a huge difference, because here the pigment laid down on several layers, and here it's really thin. That's why it's so, you know, shiny and prism. So you can try it with the regular glitters as well, and you will always get a different look. And also, let me show you, I have hollow flakes here. And also there is a black background underneath them all, but you see this and this are slightly different, because also here we have less cure time, here we have more cure time. So the more cure time of the tack-free top coat you have, the less sticky layer is on the surface, and that means the flakes will be more flat. But once you over cure it too much, they won't stick. So it's all about working with your particular product, with your top coat, with your glitters or flakes to find this right time. I applied the color, and depending on the brand you're working with, sometimes the colors, they have really, like, they don't have a sticky layer. In this case, you cannot work right on the color. And in some brands, like the one I'm using now, the sticky layer is too intense. It's like too slippery, and that's also not very good for this technique. So that's why I will use top coat, which has a sticky layer, and apply it like I'm just sealing it. And now we need to fully cure it. For me, it's 1 minute in LED. And then we can take any glitter that we want and rub it in. Actually, we called it, in Russia, we call it mirror technique, even though it's not really a mirror. I mean, you can't really see your reflection, but the reason is that, you know, all glitter, it's just lined up into one thin layer, and, well, I think it looks pretty good. And like I told you, I recommend you to do swatches with all your colors, all your glitters, and they will always show up in a different way. Especially the glitters, they are not just single color, but if they have at least one other shade other than the main color. And by the way, like I should have made a quest for it. So this is the blue, this one. This is the blue glitter on top of different colors. Like on the black, you see it's not really blue, it's green. So, you know, it really makes, and now I think this, you know, pearl style mermaid powders, they're really trending. So also you can use different glitters, and they do not have to be necessarily with the very small particles, like big ones will also work. Okay, now it is cured, and what we need to do is to put on the gloves, because we are going to work with a bit of a sticky layer, and this is highly allergic product, and we don't want to get direct contact with the skin. So we need to wear gloves. By the way, it's better to wear them all the time. Okay, put our triangle, do not waste it, and simply apply it on top. Well, I don't really like the, I already told you that, I believe, this kind of jars with glitter, because it's really hard to take it out. And then we simply rub it on top. And you don't waste too much on one nail, because they will be all lined up in a flat layer. So now you only need to rub it back and forth, and don't be afraid, once like the first layer is set, it will stay there. Just don't use like your nail, or don't scratch the surface. This is the only way how you can mess it up. And now you see the small excess parts of the glitter. This is something we can remove with our finger or just with a brush. And here, this is, see, it looks kind of, yeah, kind of like a mirror. I know mermaids, it's unicorn skins. I think this is kind of looks like it. Okay, so there was a sticky layer underneath, so we don't need to cure it now, because, well, there's just nothing to cure. And now we only need to seal it. And I recommend to seal it with a top coat with a sticky layer. And also another tip for better sealing is to take a buffer and to slightly buff the free edge, because you will inevitably get some particles of glitter over there, and if you seal them, they still might separate or peel. So just very slightly clean it from the side walls and from the free edge, and seal after that. Almost cured, and this is how it looks. And I already showed you different examples with different colors, and this is something I recommend you to do to expand your colors to your clients. And you can do the same, like I already said, with all your different powders. Like this is also like the hollow with the different backgrounds, and always put a dot, or you can write the name of the background you're using and the name of the glitter if you have one, so you will not get confused when you will be looking for, you know, what you are doing. Now let's use the powder, and well, I don't know if it's a chrome powder or just color pigment, but this is how it looks, and this is how we will use it. You can use any pigment or powder for this technique. And also we will need a background. Okay, while I am preparing, I should have actually get some background ready, so I will apply the black, and while it's curing, I will explain what are we going to do next. Okay, yes, black again. Just, you know, on the black, all these chromes, they just look better, and I really want you to see it on the camera. For this design, we will also need something, I believe you know what it is. It is a stamping plate and a chrome powder, as I already said, and we will also need a scraper. So you can also use any hotel card or credit card if you don't have one. And we will also need a stamper itself. I'm using the clear one because you can see through it, and you know, it's just nice to work with the clear ones. So our background is cured. And now we need to, let's do this one with the lines. And well, I hate this part because, like I told you, it's very messy, and I hope one day I will figure out a way to make it less messy. So we need to take a little bit of a powder. We don't really need much, this design, and apply it right on the stamp. And well, yeah, so you only need to make a line. You don't need to apply it all over, because then we will take a card and stretch it. So as this is not gel, this is not polish, sometimes when you move it there first, some parts of the line won't be filled in from the first attempt, so you need to move it back and forth like a few times until all of the design gets filled with the glitter, and then you need to apply a little bit more pressure to actually fill this all in. So yeah, we need, and yeah, I know how it looks like, but yeah, so then we need to take the clear stamper and press, and we have the lines on the stamper. And as this is a one we can see through, you can position the design on how you would like it to be on the nail. And okay, I hope you will be able to see it, and press it on the tip, and we have the lines on the tip. So now we don't need to cure it, we only need to seal it with the top coat. And let me show you some other designs. And this is kind of, I mean, it doesn't look very contrast, because you know this color is pretty too black, but when the shine falls on this design, you can actually see how these lines are moving. And basically you can use any picture that you like from the stamping plates. So as you know, stamping is usually for polishes, for gel polishes, but you can also use pigments. And please note that this will only work with the chrome powders, with the powders, because the glitter, the size of the glitters is kind of too big for this one. So obviously if you put, you know, some big glitter in here, it will not like directly go into the line. So if you guys have any stamping plates or stamper, and you were wondering what else you can do with that, you know, except for just regular stamping, then maybe this is something you would like to try. Let's do the summary. So we did 5 different ways of using glitter. First one is simply mix it with acrylic or gel and work with it. Another one was adding accents to your designs by taking the glitter on the bead of acrylic or gel. And another one was sugar technique, where we simply apply it on an uncured color or top coat, and we can make lines. We can do a full nail, we can do a French style, or you can do any kind of design. And by the way, I think I might have another example of it, or maybe not. Oh yeah, I do have one. Okay, so this is like geometry lines, and obviously, yeah, the background, it can be any color, not necessarily black. And another one was, I forgot this word, brushing, rubbing. I don't know, for some reason I don't like the rubbing word, but yeah, one day we will come up with a name. So mirror way of using glitter. And the last one was stamping. So you can use it any way that you like, and I recommend you to do all the different swatches. So you can use different color on the background and always get the different look. You can use a different technique, like you can play with the cure time of your top coat and also get a slightly different looks. And you can use a different kind of application. I will show you one more way to create even more colors. So if you are just getting started, try to, well, you obviously want to have hundreds of colors, but you don't have one, I recommend you to have at least silver and gold gel or gel polish or acrylic, because this is really the basic color and you can get many other colors only from this one. So I will show you how we can also do it. This is more for the gel users or gel polish. So this is silver gel polish. I simply apply it on the tip and cure. To get the different color, you might probably, if you've seen my floral design tutorial, I showed it. So you can use semi-translucent gels or gel polishes like Vitro have ones. I have this pink color, and like itself, this color is transparent, but if you apply it on the glitter, we will get a pink glitter. And I believe there are in many brands, they have this kind of so-called glass gels. You can use them for it, or if you don't have one, you can also use their like glass paints. Like I personally use this one. This is the original packaging idea of Vetro. This is Italian, and this is another kind of packaging. So this is the paint. You can mix it with a monomer to get different translucent colors of acrylic, but also you can mix it with a top coat, and this is how you will create this glass color gel. Or some brands also have the drops which are designed for it. Like, I'm not sure if this is still produced. I bought it like 10 years ago or something from Artistic, but this is liquid color drops and they were designed for acrylic, but you can, oh yeah, it says with the gels. So you can use them with the top coat, and this is how you will get different colors of the top coats. And I don't know if this is possible to find it in your country, but here where I live, like this big jar of this paint, it's not very expensive, and it's way easier to have like 12 to 15 colors of the paint, and you can mix it with the top coats, and this is how from only one silver color you will get like all kinds of glitters. Because I think it's just not possible, right, to have every single shade of gel, every single shade of glitter. But when you know how you can mix and match them to create new looks, then you will be able to have more. And so using the gel on top coat on other color of glitter is another method, and now we only need to seal it, and this is how we have another color of glitter. The last design I will show you with the chrome, and also give you tips how to seal chrome, because I have received many questions from you guys that chrome is peeling or separating from the corners of the free edge. And yeah, I know this problem happens sometimes, so I will show you how to avoid that. So I will apply gray background, or you can use any other color that you like, and I will also show you how you can combine matte and chrome together, and then we will cure it. After curing the color, I will also apply a matte top coat on it. So I will not waste time in applying another layer of this color. I believe it's already pretty intense. And then we will apply a matte top coat. With the matte top coat, you need to make sure it's applied all over and you do not leave any spots, as they will shine. So we will also need a chrome powder for this one. I decided to take classic chrome, which is silver. And also we will need a tack-free, like no cleanse, top coat, which I will apply right here while my matte is curing. So I will use cleanse, as the matte top coat I am using has a sticky layer. If the one you're using, if it doesn't have, you don't need to take it off then. And yeah, I hope it is cured. Yes, it's nice and matte. And as you know, the chrome sticks to the top coat, which is tack-free, and it will not stick to anything which is cured. Well, maybe a little, but it will not like stick and stay there. And I think, no, I will take my another brush. I don't really like this one. And I also need a top coat on the jar. And let's start doing the smile line, which is not very tricky, as on matte you can clearly see what's happening. Okay. And then I will take the brush and simply fill the rest of the smile line, because, you know, doing it all with a thin brush is too annoying. And okay, let me check. Well, we can turn it around, and when you're working with the client, you can do actually the same. Turn the hand around. Make sure it's not too thick on the free edge. If it is, then simply stretch the excess product like this. Oh no. And cure. So I'm curing it for 30 seconds, and the time is always different depending on your lamp and on the top coat you're using. And well, with this lamp it's 30 to 35 seconds curing, and with my other lamp, which is less powerful because it's older, I usually have to do 40 to 45 seconds. So this time it doesn't mean it will work exactly the same for you, so please always keep that in mind. Like, try it first and then you will know how to work. Now we simply burnish. I hope I'm using this word in the right place now. And we have a nice mirror here. And even though the chrome is like it is on the matte part of the smile line, it will still not stick there because the product is cured. So we can carefully take the rest off. Well, honestly, I've been using this brush for the whole day and it's already full of glitter. So I believe instead of cleaning it, you're just applying even more glitter to it. And now all we need to do is to seal it with a top coat. But before, I promised to give you a secret of sealing it. So the first one, I already shared it with you. You need to buff the free edge and the side walls. And then, to make it stick even better, you can use, I'm using acid-free gel primer Balance Bond by NSI, but it can be any gel primer. Just make sure it's acid-free. Like, because acid-based, which is methacrylic acid, will not work here, and apply it only on the free edge and on the side wall. So this basically works like a double-sided tape scotch. It will stick to one side and to the other side. So now we need to outline this line again to seal it. So now it's kind of easier as we have the line. And by the way, if you're experiencing problems with the chrome, if it's peeling from the free edge, I can also recommend to try to use gel polish top coat, which has a sticky layer. Usually it works better with it. So make sure if it's sealed. And cure. So I decided to use gray, but on the black it will be even more bright and popping. So yeah, again, use your fantasy imagination and do any colors that you want. Now it is cured, and all we need to do is to take cleanse and to remove the glitter. Okay, glitter is already everywhere, so it's kind of hard to get rid of it now, but yes, we still did it. And now we have this fully matte nail bed and the shiny mirror French. So I hope that you also have more ideas already. It doesn't have to be French, you can do anything. Again, just outline all the parts that are in chrome and Leave the parts that are just in matte. Just make sure that you cured it. I had hard time drawing bold lines with gel. Do you have advice? Or what brand you recommend? For black, I really like this one. It's Go Color by NSI. The color is called Lincoln Town Car, and it is always better to use a thicker consistency gel or gel polish. And well, if you want to create the line really thin, you need to hold the brush at a 90-degree angle. So if you hold it flat, you see the lines, they come pretty big. But once you hold it to 90-degree, they become really tiny. And of course, this is like the matter of practice. Can you recommend some specific glitters? Well, unfortunately, I believe for most glitters, there's no any brand. Well, I like the recent collection of NSI Secrets glitters. Like, well, I only have silver with me, but there are many really nice colors. And also, there was a collection from Young Nails, I believe, but most glitters that I use, there's no real like special brand, you know. Even some of those I bought not even in the nail shops, you know, just when you go to some artist shops or craft shop, then you see something, you like it and you buy it. But I will believe, well, these glitters, by the way, these mostly, yeah, these are all Secrets by NSI. So I think you just need to look for like the size of the particles. So the smaller it is, the easier it is to work in this rubbing effect or to mix it with powders. But if you want sugar effect or something more sparkly, then large size particles will work better. I personally think that I have the pyramid in my presentation now, that this pyramid is like what clients value the most. So the most important thing is durability, is how long the nail's gonna last. I think you will all agree with me if you did some amazing designs, some, you know, really nice colors, like design is just outstanding, but the nails will fall off after a few days, then it's not really valuable. So durability is the quality of the work, so you need to prep, to shape the nails, to apply the product really well. Then it's shape itself, even though the clients, they're not professionals and they cannot look and say like, oh, your sidewalls are like way too low, but they see the overall look. So if, for example, she had really small and wide nails, and then she looks at it and it's like, wow, like my hands is so beautiful and elegant now, then she will understand that you really changed something. And we can do that by choosing and doing the right shape. And only after that goes the design and details. So my point is that if you're good at design, also make sure that the foundation, that something that your design is on, is also perfect, like the shape. The gel polish application, whether it's a manicure or just gel and acrylic. We do online education for nail technicians, no matter what your experience level is. And currently we have 3 levels of nail sculpting. We have Need for Speed, which is the class dedicated to speed up. We have electric file manicure. We have several mini classes. And also this fall we will have a new class, Manicure 101. This is the class for newbies in manicure. So we will learn basic things about the manicures, how to choose right products, how to choose right implements, what is the nail structure, how nail grows, etc. And at the beginning of next year, 2018, we will have Nail Art 101, a highly requested class from you. Let me explain how it works. So you watch the videos, you have different videos, some of them are just theory, some of them are practice. Then you also have some assignments which you need to fulfill, and then you watch the video in a HD quality. Then you post some assignments and get a feedback from me, like I say everything is great, or you need like to work more on this and this, and then you redo it if it wasn't accepted. At the end, you will receive a certificate. Our online classes, you can access them anytime, anywhere, from any device, because they're online, but they're not live like this webinar. They're all pre-recorded, so you can basically push play anytime or anywhere you want. You don't need to be somewhere at the specific time. There are two types of the subscription we're offering. The first one is called self-study. So you watch videos, you practice as many times as you want, but you will not be able to post your artworks or receive any feedback. So this is for those who have a good self-discipline and, you know, just really want to learn. It was kind of like a nail art game that we had. And another one is with feedback. For those who are not that good at self-discipline, like myself, and you really need some mentor to give you feedback, to work on your personal mistakes, so you will get feedback from me. You will get unlimited attempts to redo your works. You will get certificate in the end. And also you have a freeze options, which means if you need to travel or you just for some reason you can't do the classes for, let's say, few days, you can freeze this subscription.